For the sake of time, we're going to get started right away. It is Saturday in Texas. It's 10:57 Central Time. We are going live on LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, a couple of Facebook groups. I just checked on my sales and marketing breakthrough for coaches, consultants, entrepreneurs. We are live in there as well. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you have an amazing day. Hope that today and this weekend is it could be a great time for you to rest and to really meditate on what God has planned for us in 2023. At the end of the day, we want to make sure that He is the CEO of our business, not us. I'm just the cleaning lady for my company. That's what I do. So, anyways, today what we do here, Let's Fix Your Funnel Saturdays, is how a lot of my clients, a lot of people always struggling with the funnel. And when I say funnel, I don't mean a landing page. When I say a funnel, I'm talking about the lead comes in. I'm talking about the landing page, the offer, the messaging, right? The nurturing part. I'm going to share something with you guys that I just heard this morning on some of my trainings, because I am that person. I'm always, always training, growing, developing. I want to become the best at what I do. Think about these numbers, okay? Think about these numbers, and I'm going to show you why are we struggling with our business, right? 73% of leads are not sales ready. 50% of the people say are not ready. They're not ready to buy yet. 79% of leads never convert due to lead nurturing. We need to master the lead nurturing game. 65% of companies agree that they don't. So guys, when you read this, I'm laughing. Like 65% of people say, I don't follow up with people. Do you guys see what a big hole in your marketing is? When we're always going after the next one, the next one, the new 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 one. I don't know about you guys, but when I was young, I was doing that with girlfriends. And guess what? Instead of nurturing that one, right? Instead of like, I laugh today because I'm like, Javier, you make no sense, right? And we do that in our business. We wonder why it didn't work out with you when you were younger. It doesn't work out like that today, right? People do business with people they know, like, and trust. So you become what people know you, like you, and trust you based on what? On nurturing relationships. Got it? I'm not going to go to the rest of them, but I'm going to leave you with this last one. You are 7 times, that's God's number, right? 7 times more likely to have a meaningful conversation with the key decision maker if you contact them within the first hour. And lastly, lead nurturing and follow-up results increase in 35% more in lead generation. increase 35%. You want to increase your business by 35%, all you got to do is learn the nurturing and the follow-up game. Okay, so I'm going to leave you guys with those thoughts because we're going to get started on a couple of different things, topics that we're going to talk about today. I'm expecting one of my clients to actually jump on. I know she had a question about how she could use something to create a campaign behind it, and she's actually this is an agreement, right? And it's called an agreement funnel. So basically, it's a contract that she has. How do I get people to sign it, and then take them to the next step instead of just sitting like this and waiting for some things to happen, right? That doesn't work. And then secondly, I'm hoping to have the time with Tim, who I am going to bring up. There it is. How are you doing, my brother? From another mother?
Good morning. I'm doing awesome. Thanks for having me on this morning again. I'm super stoked.
I am too, brother. I am too. I am grateful for what God's doing in your life, in my life. If you guys were with us last week, we talked about let me see if I have it still in here. This website. Okay. This website is called kingdombusinesses.com. And to just recap real quick, and we're gonna be talking about what's the next step in this campaign that we're gonna be creating for him. So businesses.com, can you give us a 1 minute overview of what businesses.com is?
Absolutely. So, kingdombusinesses.com is kind of like Angie's List, but we offer all business service types. So, if you're looking for a web developer, if you're looking for a plumber, accountant, you name it. But the main difference between us and everybody else out there is we are Christian owned businesses. We're Christ
Boom, boom, boom.
to not only grow our businesses, but to make a real lasting impact in our communities.
Why should I join you?
Because I mean, if you want to grow, if you want to like stand before the throne of thrones and have no regrets, because most of your time is spent and most of your influence is spent in the marketplace. Well, we're a community that's intentional with using our marketplace to blow it up, to advance
Why
God's
would I
kingdom. And so
join
absolutely you have to join.
businesses.com? I would add something to that. Businesses.com. If you say you are faith-based, should you not be doing business and empowering other
Christian believers, absolutely.
kingdom businesses? You want to know why we're not where we want to be in our business? Because you're not giving enough to the kingdom of God.
That's good.
Ouch! Wait, another one. Right hook. Bah, bah, bah.
Keep it
I'm
coming.
speaking to myself, guys. I'm speaking to myself because we always get caught up into the what we need to do, what we need to do in our business, what we need to do in business. As a matter of fact, I got another amazing person here, Miss Karen, and we talked about that last week. I said, why are you so worried about that? Give it to him. We don't, because subconsciously we're taught that we have to have control. I don't know about you guys, but that's been always my big struggle is my control. When we let him control, he becomes the CEO of the company, and now you got the covering over your business.
Yeah, I mean, Javi, let me ask you this. If you can have somebody that knows all things, is capable of all things, has all the resources, wouldn't that make the best business partner out there?
Can you please repeat that?
I'm saying that if you had the access to find a business partner that knows all things, can do all things, has all the resources, wouldn't you say yes right away?
I did.
Yeah. And that's what it's all about, right? Inviting God into your business place to do business with God. It completely unlocks everything. I mean, just yesterday, I had a conversation that got aligned with a organization that has access to over 500,000 employees, right? Christian employees that are excited about what we're doing. And so just alignments and partnerships like that, we serve a God of multiplication, right? God is not in the business of just adding a little bit or taking a little bit away. He's there to bless so that we overflow.
Sure. As a matter of fact, on that purpose, on that note, one of the things that I did for my sales execution workshop was this, right? And I'll share this with you guys because sometimes we think it's just about yourselves, right? And what I showed here, I actually added these scripts, this content in here because in order for us to 10x all of our and become a very all around business, right? We need to commit to the super life. It's not just in your business. Most importantly, it's in your family, your business, your health, spiritual. What? What's number 4?
Spiritual.
All right. So we can't give it 6 of them and then we keep the other one. Or we can't give,
Absolutely.
we cannot take 10x our businesses because we're doing all my family's great. My business is right, but my health sucks. It has to be. This is what I call this the 10x Super Life, which I'm going to be doing a training on. I'm actually mastering that this next month, and that way, the beginning of the year, I'm going to show people how to become that 10x Super Life to have it in their business before they take it into 2023. Okay, so I want to share that with you because that makes a lot of sense to me. It's like what is it that we're doing and what is it that we're not should be doing? Like you said, hey, if God is in control, then you don't need to be in control. You can't have 2 people driving the same car.
Absolutely.
If you want to, I don't know about you guys, but one time I remember when I was younger, remember I say young, I say younger. So when I was younger, I actually drove one time and I was actually arguing with my girlfriend and she was pulling my steering wheel at the same time when I was. Guess what, guys? Guess what happened?
I mean, you're still alive, so.
Yeah, I still got into a wreck.
Yeah.
So we get into a wreck and you're like, what happened? Well, there's 2 people pulling the different ways, right? Like, we're like, no, I want to go this way, God. And then you're like, no, God, I want to go this way. No. And the guy's trying to pull it this way. And he says, you know what? I'll let you take the wheel since you're so good at it.
Yeah, I love it.
Guys,
that's
let's
good.
get to work. So I have the amazing Miss Christy here. And I wanted to start with her because I know that she had asked us a question, and I want to be able to bless her business today by giving her the information that she needs to complete what we call the funnel. So, as a matter of fact, Christy, I know you just jumped on, but one of the things that we do, and Tim, I'm gonna put you back in there, and I'm gonna bring her
Perfect.
up that way, and then when we're done, we'll go with you. Deal?
Sounds great.
Can you do me this favor?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you want?
Real quick.
I'd love to. Father, we come before your throne and we acknowledge that you are Lord of Lords, that you are King of Kings, and that with you all things are possible. So we just ask, Holy Spirit, that you'd go before this meeting, give us all wisdom, creativity. Bless Javi and his team and all the businesses that are on this platform. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen, amen, amen. Let go, let God. We're just the tools. We're just the arms and legs of him, right? So that's what I want to do for Christy today. Is Miss Christy, I want to bring you up. Hope you're doing great. Here we go. I don't know how to bring you back down, Tim. Look at that. Look at that. One before we leave. Well, no, put it back. Put your video back on. Before we go, I want to do this one. Look at that. There's amazing people. I'm going to take a screenshot of that. So that way to say you guys came on board. Love you guys. All right, here we go. I'm going to put her down and Miss Karen down. Miss Christy, how are you?
Hi, Javi. Great.
Amazing. I want to help you today. I woke up this morning and I remember that you had sent this. I'm like, who can I help today? Well, duh, who needs it? Yeah. So, which is actually, by the way, the Karens of the world that's in here too, and all of you guys that are on, or maybe watch it later. This and the reason why, Christy, because this is not just a funnel that you can put together, but we can all put together. Okay, because it's so needed. What she wanted to do is like we have an agreement, a contract for her coaching, right? Oh, tell me a little bit about what it is that you do, Christy.
Yes, I'm a communication connection expert. Been public speaking for over 20 years, and also a TV show host on Win Win Women. So I have a check sheet. I do a lot of speaking engagements, especially virtual, and I have a check sheet that I'm giving out. I did a lot of work last night with the help of a friend on my funnel, so we can certainly go through that again. Make sure that everything is looking great. Okay. And so for clients, when they get contracts, they definitely want to be able to upload contracts and be able to send it to them so they can sign online. That would be great as well.
100%. So which funnel are we looking at? You want to look at the one?
Yeah, if you look at the one that we were working on, it's the public speaking 5-step framework, and it says new.
Let me put up here this one, right?
So it wasn't an ebook, it was actually a check sheet. So I have to update that.
Are you looking at my screen?
On your screen, let's see. Where'd you go? You went somewhere. You went away.
I still hear.
You're here now. Here we are.
Okay.
Yes. So the top one.
Okay. So this is what we call the beginning of the funnel. This is what you call the top of the funnel, right? There's the top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, and in the middle, and the bottom of the funnel. So, right. So we're trying to get these people to come from the top of the funnel to the bottom. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. So let's go look at this, and we're gonna go through the process. So there's different steps in a funnel. One is the landing page. This is like the door, right? The second one is going to be, what is the next step? So if I'm thinking, I'm actually going to take notes here. I'm like, okay, the landing page, I'm going to put LP landing page. After the landing page, what do I want it to do? When they opt in, they download the ebook, right? Or is that right?
The checklist.
Checklist, the checklist, cheat sheet, guide, ebook, whatever it is that you guys have. So that's the next step, is what do we do to do that? Unlike on a webinar, because a lot of times there's so many different types of funnels, right? There's a webinar funnel, there's an ebook funnel, there's a survey funnel, an assessment funnel. There's so many of them. What we're talking about right now is an ebook funnel. Is that correct?
Well, checklist funnel.
Checklist funnel. Perfect. All right. So the framework. Okay. So here we go. I'm actually going to launch it here, and I'm going to say, do you feel scared and anxious facing the crowd? Yeah, I know that feeling. And I think we all do deep inside, right? It's like, it doesn't, it happens to some, I've talked to some of the experts and they still say, yeah, I still do, even though I've been doing it for how long. We still have that. Right. So here's the different areas. Why should I download? Like, this is the headline. This is the sub headline, right? This is what they're going to get. This is the bullet points. You don't need to put more than 3 or 4 of them, guys. They don't want 10,000 different things, because you cannot help them in 10,000 different things. Access your copy today. So I'm going to click on here. I'm going to enter my information. I'm actually going to put my business email in there, and then I'm going to opt in. Once they opt in, I'll show you guys. Thank you, Javier. Custom value, meaning they recognize the email, recognize it in there. Watch this quick video. This is the amazing Miss Christy.
Hi, and welcome.
Hello. Download the checklist. We're going to test everything out. And then watch the flow here, guys. Be seen, be loved with Christy Love. See how what I see from her is her messaging is so congruent to each thing, right? First she says, download this, and then thank you, be seen, be loved by Christy Love. I don't know if God gave her that last name on purpose, right? But once she's done, watch the video here, right? Watch this quick video before you download the checklist, right? I would actually probably put the same thing here and then point it back down here, so people will do that. Just people, guys, what we want, when you create a funnel, we got to make it like dummy proof, 5th grade level kind of process, okay? Because sometimes we make it complicated, and complicated mind says no. Okay, so I'm going to click it here, download it, right? So here's her amazing the 5-step framework, right? Right. Here we go. So then now I just got an email. Let me make sure. Yep, I got the email. Let me double check. And so then now, okay, so we know that this is happening. How do you know that it's working properly? Okay, so what I would do, I would go into the contacts of the person that just jumped on board, which was me, right? Coach Javi, right here. I'm going to select that name, and I'm going to see, right? So look at this. Nothing has happened yet. See that? You see that I haven't received anything. This is about our appointment, our last appointment. So something is off here. So what we're going to do, I'm going to go to the automation. I'm actually going to leave this open like this, and I'm going to go into the next one here. Not this one. I'm going to go into this one. Let me see if I'm going to leave that one there. All right, I'm going to open up another one here, and I'm going to do paste, and I'm going to put it next to this one. So that way we'll have 2 different ones at the same time. In the meantime, while that one pops up, I'm going to go into the automation. I want to make sure that it is triggering things properly, okay? 5-step framework, here it is. So 2 people, Okay, settings. I know the problem. When you're testing, Miss Christie, make sure that you say allow multiple for testing, because once you do it the first time, you say it only allows a single contact to enter the workflow. So remember the last time I did it?
Okay.
So now it didn't let me allow the second time.
You went to
I went to the workflow, and I went into the settings and I turned allow multiple on. Now what we're going to do is I am going to go back here and I'm going to do it again. See that how I left two different tabs open so you guys can kind of see, right? So now I'm going to do it again, right? Here we go. This is the ebook. All right. Ebook. Okay. All right. This one. Site, public speaking, and I'm going to launch it again. I shouldn't have turned it off, but okay, we'll leave it like that. All right, here we go. So now we're going to test it again. Now this time it will work. And now we'll see all the steps, because I knew it wasn't working because I didn't get a text message or an email. Boom. So here we go. Testing is number one, guys, because sometimes we're like, that's not working for me. It's not even working. What are you talking about? Nothing's working. So here we go again. Download the checklist. Everything, all this stuff is good. The only thing that didn't work, it didn't trigger the campaign. So then now let's go look back at her campaign here and see if now you see 3.
Yes.
See that? Number 3 right here. So then now what we're going to do is I'm going to look at what did she wanted to do. Well, here we go, guys. The funnel means how do you take in a person through their journey, right? So first of all, you add them to the pipeline, right? Which is first of all, you got to grab a lead, a contact, and put them into your pipeline. So that's there. This is working, right? I'm going to look at this number here. This is Javier Pulido. That was just me. So what it means is actually I already went through all these steps automatically. Now I'm waiting, right? 24 hours. And then from here, reminder email, right? Download the ebook, book a call, right? This is an email. I would actually probably combine the email with a text message. Say, hey, this is so-and-so. You intended to download my ebook yesterday. Just want to make sure you got a hold of it. Boom, here's the next step. So here is, can I show you what I think we could do better here, Miss Christie?
Okay.
What I think we could do different is this. If I have somebody downloaded the ebook, the guide, the checklist, right? If they download it, what happened? They get put into the pipeline. They opted in, right? Now what? Now we're sending them the PDF. Yes. We send them a text message and you're waiting 24 hours for what? First of all, very intentional. It's like, okay, I get it. But I can tell you that the conversion rate on this will probably be around 2%. Why? Because there's not enough following up. So what we want to do is continue to do a follow-up, and even remember the yes, the no, and then what's next. Like if they say yes, they book an appointment. If they say no, then we put them into a nurture campaign to follow up with them later. Just because somebody said no, kind of like for me, 10 years trying to go after my wife. No, 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 no. You're not my type. You're not my type. You talk too much. You this, whatever, right? And then one day she finally seen the other side of me and she says, Javi, right? So it's about doing the following up. And I think based on what I just told you guys earlier today, you want to know what the number one reason our businesses, and I say our businesses because I do the same thing, fail on the funnel right here, Miss Christie. Watch this right there, guys. Here's the reason why. They're not ready to buy, so we don't follow up with 79% leads of the lead convert due to lead nurturing. 75.9% of the leads convert due to lead nurturing. So what happens is here, we're not doing enough. We're doing how many touches? 1, they got the invite. 2, they downloaded the guide, the checklist. And then 3, what happens after that? We're just going to send them another reminder, right? What if they downloaded already? What is this reminder for? It needs to be, if they opted in, then what's the next step? Because what you're telling them here is like, okay, hey, I know you downloaded it, but still, hey, did you download it? Well, didn't you see me download it? And we say, and we have the ability to do that. So what happens is like, if they already downloaded it, it needs to be removed automatically from this campaign. It needs to go to what's the next step, which is should be the book appointment with you, right? That's what I remember seeing. Yes.
Yes.
Let's go back here, right here, right here. We want her to do. We want them to do what? This, right? Are they going to do it automatically? This? Are they going to follow her mindset? So she says, watch this quick video before you download it. How many of you guys probably will go here first? Come on. Yeah, right. We always think like, I would too. I would like, I'll watch the video later and then I'll click on here. And now I don't have the video in front of me anymore. Now we just missed them. So guess what? They're not going to go. If they're not in front of this one, they're going to do that. So this needs to be repeated. Follow up, follow up, follow up. So then now we want to look at is the following. Okay, I get it. We're doing that. Here, what I would do, let me see if I have another one here. The booking appointment, appointment virtual. Okay, peeking. Okay, guys. So check this out. I'll put my hand. Let me crack my. All right, let's get to work. Ready? All right. For me to get more intentional about this campaign too, because what happens is if we leave it like that, we did all this work and then we're like, nothing's happening. Of course not. You touched bases with them 2 or 3 times and then we want them to marry us. That never happened to me. 10 years, I told you guys, right? So it doesn't happen in real life. Here's the statistics from Statista.com. So it's not Javier making this stuff up. Who did I get this from? Miss Karen. Right? We got him from the man himself. So why do I listen to this person versus listening to me? Don't listen to me. Listen to the statistics because the statistics don't lie. And if you think I'm making them up, this come from Statista.com. Who got this information from who? And who is it? It's Grant Cardone himself. Well, I don't know that I'm sorry, but he's at $8 billion company. So I believe I'm going to take advice from him. Right? So here is why we need to increase. What is the next step, right? So wait, instead of this wait, I'm going to leave this here, but I'm going to do another one here. Just a reminder here, but I'm going to do another wait, right? I will do it like this, not time delay, but wait for condition. Okay, hold on a second. Wait for reply. I'm sorry, wait for reply. Contact reply, right? So what do you mean by contact reply? Reply to what message? To this, boom, here, right here, to this message, right? To this one. So, hey, this is Christy Love. Ooh. Hey, contact name. This is Christy Love. Who you with? With?
You seem beloved?
Ma'am?
Oh, we have a value for that.
Yes, everything. I use custom values for everything. Christy Love with space, custom value, which is now going to put custom values here. And then company name from...
Second one is the second one.
Company name. Just wanted to see if you were paying attention. All right, guys. Okay, here we go. And also, one of the things I always tell people, I say, you want to get more results on this, have fun doing it, right? Because we know this is kind of tricky. You may not be for you. But you have to love enough what you do, and your intention is really to bring more clients. Well, nurture them more, love on them more. And if you do it, you don't want to do it on manual. Well, 80% of it can be automated, but there's a 20%, and I'll show you guys where we're going to implement that 20%. Deal? Okay, so checklist and speaker framework. Check your email coming from I will check back with you in a couple of days, right? So she already told them what she say. I'm going to follow up with you in a couple of days. So what I would do different is actually, I'm going to remove this one from here. And I would say, well, now that I know what she said here, I'm going to wait 24 hours and say, boom, right here, SMS, right? And say, let me actually do this, the following. I'm going to copy this one. Hey, this is Christy Love. Copy and paste, guys. Copy and paste. What's this? And I'm just going to redo it, but I'm actually going to speak to them a different way. SMS, right? We're gonna do the same thing. I don't need to reinvent this one. Hope you enjoy the right, boom, right here, right? So now we're gonna say, okay, I noticed you did not book a, what is it, 45 minutes, 30 minutes, or what is it?
15-minute.
Book your complimentary strategy session.
Discovery call. Discovery call.
Discovery call. Let me help you. Let me help you get that done now. Why? Because you and I both know you're talking to busy, and they all think they know it all, and they're like, I don't have the time. Okay, let me right. What's this? Okay, so I'm gonna say, let me help you do this, right? And then probably do the same thing with an email. So that way they get by email and they get it by text, right? Yes. And then so what in here, what you want to do now is watch this, guys. This is where the magic happens. I'm gonna go here. I just don't want to remove this email here, but I'm gonna move action to here right now. Okay, for right now, because I don't want to delete it just in case we need it. But I'm gonna do here is I remember we asked them that question. Now you just added another step. Now you're doing another follow-up for what? For the next step, right? You got to think like they're thinking. They're like thinking, I'm busy, is this, I don't have the time, and so forth, just like all of us. And then why do you think you're using automation? To try to leverage your follow-ups and your lead generation and everything else, right? So here we go. So then now what I'm going to do is say, right? And I'm going to do wait. Yes. Wait for what? Wait for the answer for them to reply. Right? To what? To this SMS. See how it highlights? It makes like a little blink when you highlight on it over it. So that way you guys know which one it is. Boom. I'm going to do that one and then save action. Now I'm waiting for them to take that action, right? Now I'm going to do, okay, I'm going to wait. How long we're going to wait? We're going to wait. We're just going to wait for them to reply. Now we're going to go to if, right? If else, right? If else. If contact replied, right? If they reply, then no reply. Maybe it's a different one. Hold on one second. Let's delete this one. I wonder if it's probably better to do this one. BOT, appointment bot, right? So when they reply, select the calendar. We talked about the discovery call, right? Wait for processing. I'm going to wait 2 hours for them to actually answer. When is your next available time? So I can help you. Because a strategy call, I mean, okay, what does that mean, right? So really the strategy call is going to probably be for you to teach them how to implement it into their business, right? How to implement, again, what? Because they're getting emails and text messages from all kinds of people, right? So separate yourself from them and be very intentional. Like they don't even know, they don't even remember anything. How you can implement the 5-step framework you downloaded, right? not worried about text, copy, none of that stuff right now. We're just working on the process. Then we can go back and Miss Krista can go back and change it however she sees it fit, because she may be a better copywriter than me. I'm not a copywriter. I know the process and the steps. So the copywriting itself, as a matter of fact, I'll show you guys that I'm not a copywriter. I use a lot of software for that, right? You don't need to be good at everything, right? Oh, wait, the software costs money. So it's not having the right copy. Right? Like we don't think about that. This automation is hard. So is doing business without it. So we got to choose our battles, right? Implement an active process, right? So now we're going to do it like this. And watch this. Automatically, did they book the appointment, right? Did they not book the appointment or none? None means they didn't. So I'm going to do here and I'm going to put them into another workflow, add to workflow. If she has another one, appointment reminders workflow. So what I will do here is, what is your nurture campaign looks like? Well, I don't have one. What I will probably do is kind of grab each one of these steps here, right?
Okay.
Follow up number 2. Follow up number 3. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. You already have enough content in here. The problem is that they downloaded it. They probably only read 3 of them, or 1 of them, or 2 of them. They probably read the first one and the wife got in the way and say, hey, or the husband, hey, you better come make me some food. Right? Hopefully you don't have that kind of person in your house. But you guys know what I mean, right? We get busy. So be intentional about learning the psychology behind that person. Not what we want them to do, but how do they react towards things, right?
Okay.
So when they did this, so now you can do 5 different emails and text messages, right? Tell them about you. I would do an invitation. I would do a video right after that. I think if I'm not mistaken, you have this video, right?
Yes.
I would actually put it to them again and send it to them.
Hi, and welcome. Thank you so very much for clicking on the link to get my public speaking 5-step framework ebook.
This is a whole entire, guys. Miss Christy, you are amazing. Okay, so you're amazing. See how comfortable she is?
This is the first step to learning how to gain more visibility, credibility, and increase your conversions so you can make more money in your business by using the power of stages.
The power of stages. We actually just I was about to, so maybe I'll talk to you first. But I was Grant Cardone just opened up the 10x stages, right, Miss Karen? The 10x stages, and I was thinking about buying it. You know what, Miss Christy, Miss Karen, can you come up? Did you buy it, Miss Karen? You didn't buy it? Okay. I think you made it.
I went to the very first stages event back in April. It was their inaugural event, and it was excellent, but I didn't buy the agency.
Awesome. So the reason I was thinking about buying it, guys, is because they say that they has all the email, the follow-up, the landing page, all that already for us. So what if I created that for all of us already? Woo! All right, that's it. Because of this, Miss Christy, you just gave me the let's go.
Let's go.
Because what I'll do is I'll buy it today and I'll start implementing it, because that way, if you do that, Miss Christy, I can give you the same framework that they're using, right? And actually, because it's true, you want more people, get on people's stages, right? Well, now you're teaching somebody how to get in front of stages, but guess what? They don't know how to do the script. They don't know how to talk. They don't know how to ask for the stage, right? Miss Karen just came from being on the stage with who?
Les Brown.
Yeah, ma'am.
So
don't hate. Appreciate. So she did it. Congratulations. He's amazing. He's actually amazing guy. I love his story about the DJ. I still know. I know it. So one of the things that we want to do is that. So Miss Christy, one of the things that we could do is I'll start working on that and maybe share some of the content that I get, so that, because I'm going to create the framework and then I'm going to push it to all the accounts that I actually looking for. Because now you have what else? Lead generation strategies. This is actually a real good one, Miss Christy. So I'm going to tell you one thing. Grant Cardone did not put this program together because it's failure. he knows exactly what it takes. He actually built his entire business based on other people's stages. He called it the OPAs, right? OPS, other people's stages. So what if we do that for ourselves and those people that want it? Now what they need is a coach like you to actually show them how to speak, right?
Absolutely. There's so much that goes involved in it. That's involved in it. People don't understand.
Yes, we don't. We
Yeah.
don't. So maybe we can do an interview with you one day once I get this done, up and running, and I give you the campaign so that we can say, hey, yes, and you can actually give us the feedback of what you would do, because you're already doing that. You're teaching people that.
Mhm.
Man,
Like,
I'm like, bam. I just told me, I'm like, I just talked to you like 2 weeks ago, and you told me about this, and I'm like, oh, well, this is so good. I'm like, and I just listened to the training for Grant Cardone. I was actually asking a couple of the licensees, Jeffrey being one of them, David and all that. They're like, no, we haven't got it. I'm like, let me get it and let me implement this stuff for all of us, because I also believe that I want to do that too, right? But if we don't know the right framework to do that, so we'll work on that itself. So you'll have to do that. In the meantime, let's stay focused. Let's stay focused. It's 11:36. What I think that you need to create in here is actually the right campaign to nurture them once they do that. Right now, we don't have one, right? So right now, what we're going to do is not put one in there, right? And I guess it's going to ask me to put one in there. Let's do this real quick, okay, guys? So I'm going to do save, right? Because I made some changes. And what I'm going to do is copy here. And again, here, I don't want to remove it in here, because I don't know, but by the end of the video, I'm going to play her whole entire video. So that way we can hear it. And I'm going to put it on, I'm going to put her on blast. I'm sure she's
on blast. That's all right.
Yeah, of course it is. So here it is, guys. What I would do, Miss Christy, is this: create a folder based on that campaign, which is the 5-step.
Yeah.
Oops. 5-step. Always create folders so it'll keep you organized. We just had a conversation with Miss Karen.
Yes.
5-step framework. And see, guys, if I can do it and I don't even know how to spell, can you imagine what you could do? All right, here we go, guys. Move into a folder. We're going to go into the 5-step framework. We're going to put that one in there. Now I'm going to go into that folder. What else do we need? What else do we need for this? I need a nurture campaign, right? So I'm going to go here and I'm going to start from scratch and I'm going to create a new workflow. Can you guys tell that I'm in my element? I'm in my element.
Where can I get Where can I get some examples of nurture emails?
Okay, we'll talk about that in just a second. Let me give you, because remember, I think I'm already gonna have that once I buy this program.
Oh, okay.
So I'll have it before the end of the day today. How about that? So I'll buy it so that way we can share it with everybody. New workflow. We're gonna do 5-step follow-up. Yes. So what we want to do is once they finish that campaign, and it's going to say, okay, we're just going to put them directly in here. For right now, for the sake of time, I'm going to do, okay, once they're in here, I'm just going to automatically send them an email, and I'm going to do follow up, right? And then copy again really fast. We're not worried about the copy and stuff like that. We're worried about the framework first, okay? Follow up.
Yeah.
Got it? And then what you do is wait. Right? Yes, ma'am. Wait. We don't like to wait, but we're gonna wait 24 hours.
Hours. Yes. Okay.
And then watch this. Copy everything from here. Copy what? Boom, from here.
Oh, okay.
Copy here. Look at that. And then watch this.
Email, text, and wait. Okay.
Right. So now I'm gonna do it again.
Copy from here. Okay.
See that?
How many times you're gonna do that?
How many? Watch this. How many steps? How many would you do? 5. And always, because all you're doing is confirming what you're telling them. Because right now you just said, I don't have the drip campaign. Yes, you do. You have the content here. You have actually 6. I will send them the video confirmation. She sent me the video. She wants me to hear it again. She wants me to hear it again. confirmation, confirmation, confirmation. When you go to the gym, you don't just do one set and you're done, right? You do the same set over and over and over and over again. So why aren't we doing that with leads? Sometimes they want it, they want to hear from you, but sometimes we just they stop hearing from us, so they forget us, right? Kind of like that one girl, you know, when we're young and you stop following her and texting her because she wasn't paying attention to you. Guess what? Somebody else was paying more attention to her, and they followed up with her, and they took her to the places where you wouldn't, because you didn't want to follow up with her, because you didn't want to spend the money on doing what you were supposed to. And she left, and now she's married to that guy.
That's true. Yes.
Right? Isn't it? It just makes so much sense when we look at it at a relationship base versus a marketing. Marketing is relationship building. You building a list. Okay. Just don't what I'm saying about relationship, don't try to marry everybody, one of your clients. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Don't try to marry everybody.
What was that? What was that, Miss Christy?
Oh, I'm laughing at you.
Okay. Yeah, don't worry about it. Everybody laughs at me. The relationship advice are free bonuses with Javi. That's right, Tim. That's right. Free relationship advices. And number one relationship advice I'm going to leave you: seek God first, and then all things will be added onto you. Don't try to do it yourself.
Relationship advice for free.
So here we go, guys. On here, I'm going to put what's missing in here. ATM method. The ATM, because you're never going to know where this person is at if you don't tell it, hey, when this person is on this step, move them over the pipeline. So you remember, the funnel is about moving a person through the pipeline, right? So how do you know? Let me go here real quick, and I'm going to see what she has done here in this area. This is the opportunities, meaning the pipeline, the CRM. So here's a framework. Watch this. So if a person is here, I opted in appointment and nurture, right? So as they moved into the nurture, they go in here. After they make an appointment, they're moved in here. Yes? See that? Yes. And then you can also put in here, I would actually do that. I would challenge you to do that. I would say, now what happens afterwards, after the appointment? So closed deal, right? Not ready. Right? So after the appointment, you can actually put them where they're at. Not ready. What do you do with people who are not ready? You never talk to them. You never talk to them again. No, you nurture them, right? You got to keep loving on people until they see how the people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. If you care for people, follow up with them. Give them value. Like here, guys, come on. You know what? I'm way over 6 figures, and I'm sitting here helping us, because I say us because I know you guys think like I'm just helping you, but reality, I came to know all this stuff was by helping people. It really was. Like, throw yourself in the fire, throw yourself and learn how to fly on the way down. Guess what? I done that, right? And I love the flow when you start flying with people and helping to be able to get their businesses up and running. And this is where a lot of automation platforms are leaving behind, is like, you're not helping these people get unstuck. I know Miss Christy just started. I want to make sure that she doesn't say, yes, I told her open tickets and so forth. But as you can see, I am paying attention to her. I do watch. I do pay attention for the people. Miss Karen, yes or no? How many times have I been on a call with you? Because I know that eventually you probably won't even remember me again, because you still doing it by yourself. But in that journey, you have to be there for people. You do not feel good if you bought a program and you never spoke to that person again. You've done it before. We've all done it before. I know I have. I guess that's because of the pains that I don't want people to go through. Mm-hmm. Right. And I know, because let's be honest, a lot of small businesses starting off, they can't afford somebody like me to do it for them. I get it. That doesn't mean I say, well, that's your problem now. It's not their problem. It's your problem, because she's your client, because she is part of your network. If you're not helping them, eventually somebody is going to come and say, Christy, guess what? I can do all this stuff for you. And he's like, well, Javi's been there helping me do all this stuff. Versus, in other words, and now now somebody else comes in, lift her up for her feet, and marry her somewhere else. I don't want to do that. Right? It's not about the new person. It's about nurturing the people, your customers, and the people that just because now you're your customers, you let them go. That's why I train every day. Just you guys are not plugged in every day, and that's okay. right?
Mhm.
But when it's time, I bet you we change by two different things: pain or purpose. I'd rather have the pain right now so I can have my purpose in the future. I don't know about you guys, but all right. So now we're taking that opportunity. Now you see that now the invitation. Do you have an invitation workflow? No. That answer me when she said, I means no. Which is great because I'm going to show you now how to do that. So then now the first thing I'm going to do that before we create that workflow. So you're going to have a workflow for the invite. In other words, think about, again, relationships. I'm going to send you an email or a text message and everything to open up the conversation, an invitation. Hey, Javier. Hey there. And if you send it to a list, I would say, hello there. Good morning. Good afternoon. Hope you're doing amazing. Thank you so much for opening up this video. My name is Javier Pulido. I'm actually got your email from ABCD, probably social media. I have a marketing team and so forth, but I told them to find businesses just like yours. So with your permission, I would love to send you, this is what I do. I help entrepreneurs increase their businesses by doing the right follow-up, nurture campaign, blah, 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 so forth within blah, 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 right? So you do the big promise. And then says, with your permission, I want to give you something for free. Now they're more receptive to you versus you coming behind the ladies. I know you heard it before. Sometimes they came behind and says, somebody taps on your shoulder while you're at a bar or a restaurant, stuff like, hi, you're cute, you're beautiful, right? And I've seen it. Or somebody goes by and like, I've seen this, guys. And I'm like, dude, what is that? Right? Exactly. So you don't want to do that. That's what you're doing when you're sending them without actually introducing yourself. Vomiting, right? Yeah, I know, Miss Karen. Some girl did that to me the other day. I'm just kidding. Yeah, right. my wife with it, right hook. So one things that we want to think about when you're doing creating the nurture campaign, the follow-up campaign, is really think about who you're talking to. You're talking about human beings. I know it's automated, but you don't want to make it look like it's automated. And the better, more nurture, the more love you show them, the more Christy love you show them, the more they're going to be engaging with you because they know you care. I would actually start the invitation by, I know people do business with people they know, like, and trust. So what do you think my purpose is? My purpose is to get you to know me, like me, and trust me. Thanks. I know, right? How unfortunate it is to have the name Love, right? And you know what? Is that from your from being married or your?
I was actually named after a movie star back in the 70s. It was a show called Get Christy Love, and my father named me after her.
Okay. So that's from your father's name. So his last name is Love?
No, he named me Christy Love. That was from birth.
Okay. Listen to him. Well, he already knew where you were going to be.
That's it. Yes, and it's very brandable, so I definitely use it.
Right.
Love, yes.
So, guys, let's just finish up with this. It's 10 minutes. We'll probably go a few more minutes after that, and then we'll move to the next step. Here's what's missing in here. So that way we create the right funnel. Funnel is not just a landing page with, hey, how are you? Thank you so much for downloading. That's just the beginning. From here, what I see missing, always use this. Please write this down. ATM. What's an ATM give you? Moolah, money, right? ATM. Add them to your pipeline, right? So I'm going to add them to the opportunity pipeline. Which pipeline? This pipeline that we're talking about. This pipeline funnel framework, because now you're going to be able to see who's doing what and what steps are they taking instead of you trying to grabbing a Google sheet and trying to figure that out. That's not going to tell you analytics. It won't tell you the numbers that you need to know. It doesn't tell you if your campaign is working or performing or not. When you do it like this, it will, right? So then now I'm going to put them on what stage. Here is actually the follow-up. So this is the nurture campaign, right?
Right.
Yes. Add, tag, right? What am I going to tag them? Tag, and I'm going to say add a contact tag, and I'm going to add them to the nurture campaign, right? I'm going to call it also 5-step framework, so you know what kind of nurture you have here. Framework, right? Tag, boom, add them, boom, tag them. Why are you tagging people? You're tagging people so that way you know where they come from. Because, for example, I said I want to send an invite to my webinar. We're talking about Miss Karen. I want to send it to a webinar that I'm putting on, but I want everybody that has downloaded my ebook. Well, now you say everybody that's downloaded it's already tagged, so that way you can add them to that invite based on a tag, and not everybody. Segment them, right? Segment them, right? You don't talk the same way you do to ladies than you do to a guy, right? So you have to segment them and understand the language that you're speaking, right? And I think Miss Christy can tell us a lot about speaking, right?
Yes.
Add tag and then message. ATM. ATM. That's what this is for. Right. So as soon as they don't take any action, I'm going to show you guys here. I'm going to actually do a publish it. I'm going to publish it just for the sake of it. Don't worry about it. We don't have nobody in this campaign. So don't worry about it. I never keep them on draft. I always publish them. Maybe I'm making a mistake, but I just think that I like to see live things going on. So then now 5-step framework. So now we have the speaking workflow, they're downloading it. So if they don't hear, right? Remember here, they didn't take any action. And then I'm going to do workflow. I add them to workflow, add to workflow. What workflow? The framework step follow-up, the new 5-step follow-up, right? Here we go. Now they if they don't take any action, they automatically are sent to this one. See that? Automatically. Now watch what you just did. Right? You did it from the other one, right? Here's the first one, initial, the PDF. They downloaded 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now you're up to 8 follow-ups. 8 nurturing, 8 steps. How many should you have before you get on a call with them, right? So if they don't book a call here, it's because they haven't been nurtured enough. They don't know you enough. They don't love you enough. They don't trust you enough. That's why we become knowable, likable, and trustable. Then people will start paying attention to us, right? So did the bot time out? If they bot times out, we can create another campaign here, right? So what happens if the bot times out, they don't do anything?
I continue to nurture them, right?
I would probably nurture them, but what if they just missed the time here, the 2 hours, and they didn't just, it wasn't intentional. I would actually maybe nurture them again here before I make that mistake. If the time down says, hi there, it's Christy again. It's Miss Christy Love again. Again, I know how busy we can get, but I don't want to miss the opportunity to serve you. See that? Now it's like, this person really cares. Not they gave up on me because I didn't book an appointment. And again, guys, you could do all this stuff manually. Why would you do it manually when you can automate it, right? You want to be good. I'll tell you why automation is so great for me, because it gives me more time to be able to do what I'm good at, which is being in front of people, right? Mm-hmm. Versus trying to do this manually. Heck to the no. Or you can go pay a VA to do this for you. Time freedom. Exactly. Now on the sales execution workshop, I was talking about that people with money, they trade time for money. We think, you know what? When I get enough money, I'll get a VA and I get a team member. It's still costing you. It probably more, because if we don't do this, like you ladies took action on doing this, like if you don't take action on doing this, your growth is going to be a lot slower because you're doing everything manually, right? Yes, and I get it. Sometimes we got to bootstrap it, right? But now you got it. Now when you have all this stuff in place, then now you can hire VA to actually do like I'm doing right now. I had a meeting earlier, and I am actually going to do an appointment setter. And guys, I was teaching this appointment setting company so many things. I'm like, why are you hiding the pricing from me? I said, don't you think that's the first thing I need to know what kind of value you bring me? And she's like, you never thought about it like that. And I'm like, definitely. I said, oh, and this $150 setup here. I'm like, why don't you tell me that up front? I said, I know what to expect. You don't know what to expect with people if you're not telling them the price up front. I learned it again from the master himself, right? And they book the appointment, right? They book an appointment, and then yay, can't wait to meet you online, right? Or whatever it is that you want to put on there, Miss Christie. I'm kind of moving a little bit faster here because we can spend 2-3 hours in how much more stuff you can do. But always, I think the number one thing we need to think about is not leaving it like that, Miss Christie, every time, because you have to optimize it. Maybe, and now watch this. What if they put time out and they don't respond to this, right? Right? Hey there, once again, they don't respond. I would actually do this. Watch this. This is where everybody makes a mistake. Manual call. Manual call here. Now the system will put it into the manual actions until you pick up the phone and call that person. Because again, people do business with who? With automation systems. No, with people. So, exactly, with people, not with the automation platform. Especially when we're talking about coaching, high ticket coaching, it will never be converted on a funnel. It will be converted when you get in front of people, when you have nurtured them. Did you get my email? The first conversation I'm like, first of all, I want to ask you a question. How much do you know about me? Because I want to know, have you opened my emails, my text messages, and so forth? I want to make sure that I'm serving you properly. So they're like, oh man, this guy really does care. But I'm telling them that I'm not just a cold person. I said, I've been messaging you for months. I said, you know what? I noticed that you came into my system like 6 months ago. Why haven't we done anything yet? What is that called, Miss Karen? Fact finding, right? Fact finding. I mean, you have no idea. When I did the sales execution workshop, I learned so much. Fact finding. So throw yourself. I didn't know how to do the sales execution workshop. I don't want anybody to know that, but I did study it. And every day I was studying what I was going to learn the next day, what I was going to teach the next day. Learn it, teach it, learn it, teach it, learn it, teach it, learn it, teach it. Are you a master? No, but nor is anybody else. It's about the heart that you give them, that they know they care more about, versus the content that you give them. Okay. All right. So here it is. So one is, oops, I'm going to make sure it's saved. And then now, what we want to do is and the last one here is going to be this, right? Appointment, right? The appointment. I want to make sure that this virtual appointment. So you have the virtual appointment here, but you don't have the appointment framework for your appointment for the other calendar. Let me look at here. Calendars. The discovery. You don't have it. Watch this, guys. Very important. When you have different calendars, they all have to have the automation for each individual calendar. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to make it very easy. So inside Tennis does campaign. So inside Tennis Advantage does campaign mean workflow. Yeah. So a campaign is actually a series of steps, right? So the workflows does that. If you can actually see this, I'm going to show you something here, Miss. If you go to marketing, email templates, right? Email templates, right? All this, you have email template. You don't have it, but before you used to have campaigns and triggers. So triggers and campaigns came to a place where now are called workflows. Workflow is really when you put all the campaign together. Do this, when this happens, do this, send them here, do this. All that is, this is like the brains of the whole entire automation platform. You learn this and you master the rest of it. Okay. So watch what I'm going to do with these appointments, Miss Christie, and then we're done here. One is I'm going to duplicate, because I already have this one, right? So I'm going to duplicate it, and I'm going to call this one. What is the name of this appointment? Discovery call?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. Why? Because the notifications for that appointment is the same information. Nothing changes. Now watch this. So I renamed it, right? Discovery call. I am going to publish it, and I'm going to go appointment confirmed, See that? All I'm doing is changing the call to this one. Guess what? Your appointment is ready. Now, since this is the discovery call, I want them to put them into the public speaking framework step and the appointment. So then that way, if I book an appointment, it'll move me to that part of the stage. See that? Stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. This is very analytical stuff for all of us who are very analytical. This is how you measure your success. Show me your pipeline, I'll show you success, right? Because again, it's all about how many people do you have on pipeline on the A stage, B stage, C stage, D stage, right? If they're all on A stage, something's off. Something's off because you're not moving people through the process. That's why you need to optimize your workflows. So then now I'm going to save this. So what we did here is I closed a lot of different things for you here, Ms. Christy. One is the 5-step framework. I created, yes, do opt-in. So you did great. We did great when we created the opt-in and so forth and so forth. But there's a lot of steps that were missing, which I know we created this for you, but we created the default. Now we want to go deeper, right? We want to go to where it's going to be a lot more effective, right? So on here, so they now what we have it is when they go in here, because we always say, hey, call me. Hey, call me. Hey, call me. What if they say yes? What if they say no? What if they don't answer? We always want the yeses, but we forget about the 90% of them, which will say no or not ready. These are the people we need to nurture and go after them, not just leave them hanging. And then 3 months later, hey, oh yeah, I haven't talked to you in a long time. You ready to marry me? No, not really. But I've had this lady whose name is Christy, who's been following up with me, and it's offering the same thing you are. She just been very effective into nurturing me. They won't say that, right? But I'm telling this is what they're thinking. They're like, this person really cares about what they do with their clients versus just messaging me because you want to do business with me.
Right.
So that nurturing part, guys, again, I'm not just saying this. This is actually part of my certification that I'm going through right now that says all this stuff. This is my mastering follow-up. And this just brings so much awareness to me that, man, I'm on the right track. I'm running ads right now for people that are having problems with this. And I told my VA, I can call my VA, my team member. Okay. I hate the VA. Well, my team member, because they're also people just like me, with my team to tell them, we need to let people know about this. How many of you guys knew that 37% of businesses respond within the first hour? Only 37% of the businesses. Shouldn't it be 100% of the businesses? They don't.
So it'd be nice.
They don't. Well, we have the power to do that through automation. This is why automation has went to a whole new level in 2021, 2022. And the future is this. Like AI is the future. If you want to build a business, again, you're either going to do it yourself manually or you're going to pay somebody to build it for you, and then you can just run it, right? But again, we're going to pay the price one way or another. Pay the price. And I know that sometimes we've had bad experiences with people in the past, but guess what? Those experiences are there for a reason, for us to learn, not for us to give up on people. It's not about that. It's about how do we learn from it and know what to do with the next person that we're going to work with a better way. I've struggled with VAs and teams for like the past 5 years. And now, like Miss Karen, she needed some things done and everything. I'm like, you know what? I come on board. I'll just, for those hours that you need, I'll let you borrow my team so that way they can do it and we can hold them accountable through project management and so forth. Did I need to do that? No, go find your VA, Miss Karen. But am I setting up for failure or success? That's the bottom line. Would she be able to trust me more by me working with the whole entire team versus just one VA that costs her this much? I'm like, you just have to be able to serve them properly because I know she's very limited in her techie. She was transparent about that. And those people, see, when we're as an entrepreneur, we're solving the problems that they're struggling with. What is the one thing they're struggling like with Miss Christy? Man, so many people want to get on stages, but they just don't know how. They don't know what to say. They don't even know how. So for me, I would do a workshop, Miss. I'm sure you already thought about this, but creating a workshop or like a 3-day challenge. You want to when like I know they got going on right now the speak off, right, Miss Karen? The speak off engage. So maybe something like this is like learn how to speak in whatever or so forth in like 3-day challenge. and then nurture them, because the challenges are really good. Like what I did with this workshop, it was 4 days, 3 hours each day. Guys, it was so much time and everything.
They're gonna do one that's 1 hour a day for 3 days. That'd be great.
Yeah, 1 hour a day, 3 days, and then at the end of the day 3, they know you, like you, trust you better, and now they'll say, "Hey, I do need that help." Because I don't perpetrate that I'm a great speaker. We all got room for improvement, right? I'm a freaking clown. When I get up there, if I start messing it up, I'll just start creating jokes. That's my way to say. When you see me jokes, it's like, okay, why is he saying that? Right? People are like, I get people laughing. I'm like, okay, then now they don't care because you got it right. So I don't perpetrate to know it. I know that's why I was gonna buy that program, which I am, for all of us. Okay, for all of us. So now this is what I want to create, is the community where we can all do it together versus you kind of figuring out by yourself. Yes, absolutely. It's going to cost you whether you do it by yourself or whether you don't. One thing that I learned from Grant Cardone about 6 months ago was this. He's like, especially as an entrepreneur or solopreneur, you need to have a VA or somebody that's helping you create all this stuff, because you need to be good at what you're good at, not everything. I know. And I actually, like I told Miss Karen, I'm like, Miss Karen, guess what? The first thing when you get a VA that you know that I don't know, what's the first thing you're going to have to teach them? How to manage the system. Well, guess what? They don't know how. You don't even know how. So then, oh, that VA sucks. You thought VA sucks. You don't know what you're teaching them, right? And we need to be transparent on what we don't know, because we're always good about, this is what I do. This is what I do. This is what I do. By the way, guys, I'm so amazing on marketing and automation, but I suck at other areas. Nothing wrong with that, because people will respect that more than they respect about how much you're amazing you are. Now they need to know you're a human being too, and that you always got struggles, right? We're not transparent about that, right?
Right.
So anyways, Miss Christy, what do you think about this?
I would like the video because I'm still so confused as to what to do. It's a lot of moving pieces and it's new to me. So
But you know what the best thing is? Like, I already did 70% of it for you.
That's right.
okay, yeah,
You
it's
just gotta
great.
plug and play it. And yes, I definitely will send you the video, because when I do end stream, it downloads the video. So I
Okay.
will send it to you so you can review it. So that way you can plug in the different parts. Again, before you go, I'm gonna recap this real quick, guys. The CRM is actually where she has this whole entire campaign. As you guys can see, even if we did it for her, she's still confused on certain things. And so this is where what we get stuck at, and it's easier to say, I'm too confused, I just won't follow up, or I won't do these things, right? But if you have to create, you know what, as I promised, the invitation, let's do that, because I don't want to leave you without this part. And I'm going to show you how every time somebody goes on each one of these steps, now you're going to have them move by itself. Invitation. So how would you create the invitation? You will go exactly the same place, which is automation. We're going to go to the same folder, and I'm going to create one just for the invitation, right? From scratch. And I'm going to put invite, right? And you can actually put invite 5-step framework, right? You see how one campaign is really has so many different areas, right? The invite, and then from here, the invitation is going to be what? Okay, the first thing I wanted to do is move them, add to what? To the pipeline. What pipeline? This one. What stage? The invitation. So as soon as you put people into that, the campaign is going to move them directly into the invitation. So now you'll have everybody in the invitation. I'll show you in a minute real quick. So that way, how that works. Invite, then what? What's the next one? Tag, right?
Tag.
5-step invite. See that?
Okay.
5-step invite.
Message.
Then message them, right? And then message, right?
the
And then you can do
SMS.
exactly the same thing. 5-step invite, right?
Okay. Then SMS.
That's right. You got it. I'm gonna copy this because I need a subject line here, or otherwise it won't let me. Then I'll do the SMS. What we're gonna put in here? Confirming. Do not do the invite, the email, and copy the same information from from the text and the email. The text message is very short and let them know about the email you sent them. Okay. So then now what? Invite. Right?
Wait, or is that it?
Absolutely. Wait. Right? 24 hours. I usually have it by 24 hours. You guys can do more, less than that if you want to. 24 hours service, right? Save, and I'm going to publish it. So then now, watch what's going to happen here, okay? Now, we're going to go to contacts, right? And I'm going to use this guy. Hopefully, he doesn't mind. I'm going to use this guy, Javier Pulido, right? We'll just spam him right now. Let's use him as a guinea pig, right? 577-9927. I'm going to save it. Okay, so what's this? So then, first of all, if I wanted to just invite this person by itself, I would actually go to campaigns, right? An active one, and I'm actually going to remove myself from there, right? I'm going to add myself to that campaign, right? Boom, invite. When? Now. Boom, automatically, right? So let's see. Look at that. See that?
So I have to go through each person on my list individually and send them that message, right?
I'm doing it as an example for one person.
Oh.
If I was going to do it for all of them, oh, heck no. Otherwise, you don't need automation. Now, watch this. What I would do. All of them, add them here, proceed, invite, invite, right? And if it's more than 500 people, I would do, this is manual. And then I would do start on what date, which is right now. I want you to start right now. We batch of 500 at a time, right? Repeat after 1 day, no Sundays, and add to campaign. But what I'm doing is I was doing it just as an example for one person, right? So let's go back to where I was at, opportunities, right? Let me review this one out of here. Let's see.
And this is invite to a call?
Invitation. No, the invitation to her Christy Love framework.
Okay.
Download the ebook. That's an invite. You need to invite people. You just don't send it to them automatically, right? So I'm going to delete it from here, right? And I want to make sure that this guy, Javier Pulido, here was sent, was tagged. See that? You can see, was it being tagged? Yep, 5-step invite, right? So then now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove myself from here again. Oops, opportunities. Let me remove him from here too. Let me go back to contacts. Here. Okay, I'm going to remove all the tags and everything so that way we can do it real quick and then we're done. Okay, I'm going to remove this from here. Tags. I don't want to be tagged this one or this one. So that way you guys can see fresh and ready. Okay. Now, remember that these campaigns, the way we set them up, settings, boom, this one is ready, right? Action. Because I'm testing, you want to make sure the 5-step framework, you want to make sure that the invite is also available to do multiple, right? Otherwise, it's not. That's why they didn't move me there right now. Also, the invite, the follow-up. See that? Then after that, when you finish testing it, you can move them back to see that? This one's already done. Now we're going to do it again. Ready? Javier. Oops. I'm going to go to this person, and then I'm going to manually. This is manually, Miss Christy. This is why you said, "Oh, do I need to go to the?" No, this is because I'm only doing it with one person. But I could also do it from that same place where I showed you, right? I could also do it from here. Select it right here, right? I'm actually going to do it from here, so that way you can kind of see whether it's one person or all of them, right? Test, add to campaign, right? It's doing it. So now I'm going to go to conversations, right? And I'm going to go to filter. Let me go here. Let me go this one. Let me go to Javier first. Javier, and then I'm going to go to here, my name. Here we go. So then now it just did. It sent me a text message. I just got your text message and so forth, right? Of course, we're not worried about the copy right now, but it did do it. Now I'm going to go here. See that? Invitation.
Yes, now you're in invitations. Okay. There.
So then now, what's this? What's this? How do I move myself from here to here? I click on the link that you send me, right? And opt in. Yes? So let's go there. Let's go here. Let's go here and watch how I move through the pipeline. So that way you can see things live. You can see exactly what I mean by this. Now I'm going to go here. I'm going to use the same information because, of course, it's not going to do it if I'm using a different one, right? 210-577-9927. Access it today, right? Boom, here we go. And what if I book the appointment? So then now I want to see, did it move me? See that? Opted in?
Got moved, uh-huh.
Now watch what happens. 9:30 tomorrow, Wednesday, or whatever. Schedule the appointment. So in a minute, there you go, appointment.
Oh, cool.
Now you know they got the invitation, they opted in, and they got an appointment booked. If the rest of the people are still in the invite, what does that mean? That means they haven't taken the next step. Who do you want to work with these people? But you also want to nurture them afterwards. If they stay here for a certain amount of time, I want them to go to the nurture. That's what we did.
Oh.
Every campaign, Miss Karen, every campaign, even though we're doing the 5-step framework, the only thing that's changing is your landing page, your message. Remember we talked about the webinar is the same thing. We're going to do the same thing with your webinar. It's just the same exact process. The only thing that changes is the messaging. But behind it, it's all the same. When you master one, Miss Christy, you master all of them.
Okay,
all
great.
you do is rinse and repeat, duplicate the campaigns, duplicate the automation. The only thing that changes is what? The framework is done. All the thing that changes is the messaging.
Super. Okay. Yes.
Okay, guys.
So I'll have to leave, but thank you so much, Javi.
Absolutely, me too. It is 1:18. I got a meeting in 10 minutes. Tim, let's you and I touch bases so we can maybe jump on a call later on so we can work on the other one. I'm gonna do that, Miss Christy Love. I'll send you the recording. You guys have an amazing rest of the day. God bless. Thank you for jumping on. Thank you for working on your own business, right? And I'm always here to serve. You guys know on the left side, help library, open up a ticket. We're here to serve you. Okay. Have an amazing rest of the day. Talk to you guys later.